it's Amanda and welcome to the KettleBuddy. I'm so excited. If you're watching this, that means you've got one of these and that is the first step in the best direction you've ever put yourself in your entire life. Yeah. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you a whole bunch of different exercises that you can do from beginner, you've never really worked out before, maybe you have some wrist issues, to intermediate of how you can make it a little bit more challenging, and then all the way up to advanced where you can take the same slam ball kettlebell combo and turn it into a really awesome strength and endurance workout. Okay, so let's get started. So first thing, you either pre-ordered this pink one or you've got the yellow one in your hand, and good job, awesome job. I always love using the 20-pound slam ball inside of this. Any heavier, you end up going more into like strongman type of positioning with like parabolic type movements. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just ignore me. But the 20-pound slam ball, it may seem a little light for some of the exercises that we do, but it's perfect for once we get to that more explosive movement, okay? So first thing I'm gonna do is show you the very generic swing, okay? So I'm gonna start with my KettleBuddy in between my legs like this. And if you've never done a kettlebell swing before, I'm not using my arms to swing the KettleBuddy or a kettlebell, right? I wanna keep my feet facing straight. I'm gonna hinge my hips back as if I'm gonna sit down into a chair. And what gives the kettlebell swing its motion is you pushing your hips forward against your arms, right? So if I did it without the KettleBuddy, I'm gonna push, imagine like I'm pushing this back between my knees, and then me pushing my hips forward is what's gonna get that momentum, okay? And we're gonna do a Russian style swing, meaning my hands are just gonna aim to be about eye height versus an American style swing where you would end up going all the way overhead, very popular in the CrossFit community, okay? So I'm just gonna grab my KettleBuddy, right? I'm just gonna start with, again, keeping my hips hinged, poking backwards, right? I'm gonna get a little bit of that momentum and I'm just gonna push forward. Okay, just like this. So this is just my regular kettlebell swing. Okay. One step above this is if you feel like this one's too easy, you can end up using a little bit more of your core strength in doing a single arm swing. So I like to have my other hand on the small of my back, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing, except now I'm gonna do one side. Okay. You can also do alternating, where I switch at the top. And the cool thing about the KettleBuddy is if I drop it, it's not gonna dent the floor. I don't have to worry about like throwing it through a window. Well, I hope not. But a lot of the moves and stuff that you may not be confident enough to do with a kettlebell, you can do it and try it with the KettleBuddy because it doesn't really matter if you drop it. It's designed to be dropped, okay? All right, so next what we're gonna do is go into our clean and press. So this, same thing, if I do this with a kettlebell, I'm gonna actually show you what the big deal is. Why would I not wanna do this with a kettlebell? So a lot of people that haven't done this before, they end up bringing this up and overhead, but they end up slamming the back of their wrist, right? So if I was to do this and bringing it up over this way, right, I end up slamming the cast iron kettlebell into the back of my wrist. And, you know, once or twice, that's fine. But also, look, I'm wearing a watch. I don't think I've ever seen any one of these break, but it doesn't sound good when this clicks. And you're like, oh no, I spent a lot of money on this. Maybe I shouldn't do that. I still want to track my calories though. So look we're gonna use that same motion with the KettleBuddy, okay? So look instead of flipping my wrist this way, I wanna think of twisting the KettleBuddy around my wrist, right? So this is that same motion that you would use with the kettlebell, right? So I'm gonna bring it straight up, right? And I'm bringing it around the outside of my arm, okay? Look elbow goes in, and I'm here, okay? And I am gonna end up in this, kind of like having my forearm at like a 45-degree angle, and this is gonna be sitting on the outside of my arm, just like this, okay? It's gonna feel a little bit awkward because all of this is gonna be held through your wrist, but this is how you're gonna strengthen your wrist if you have weakness or you're coming back from injury, okay? So once we're in this clean position, you're just gonna keep your ribs down, go straight up overhead, back down, all the way back down. And look, I'm gonna switch. Same thing, I'm cleaning to that clean position, right? The KettleBuddy's on the outside of my arm, and I'm gonna come up and back down. Also notice what happens with my hand when I bring it up, right? My thumb and my palm is facing to the side of me. As I go up, I end up rotating it forward towards you, and then I'm gonna do the same thing coming back down and all the way back down, okay? So that's your clean and press. The really cool thing that you can do usually with a warm-up, I like to have these 3 go for 10 of each round, 10 of each for 3 sets through, okay? So it would look something like this. I would go for my swings here, we go for 10, and then we go right into our cleans, alternating sides, and then I go right into my clean and press for 10, okay? And these are just really simple movements that you can use through the rest of your workout, okay? So yeah, that's it. That's a good starter. Hope you like this, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.